Hello, welcome back to Life Enrichment with Hank Ballinger. Today, I want to talk about attitude. Now, this is a tough topic. It hits every single one of us. At some point in life, we need to work on our attitude, and we need a better attitude. How many times in life has every one of us, if we will be honest, somebody has told us, you need to work on your attitude? Or maybe if we didn't get told enough, maybe as we get older, then we become adults, then others tell us, you need to work on your attitude. Or society tells us that because nobody wants to work with us. Nobody wants to work with somebody that has a bad attitude. So society will tell us if our parents or teachers or somebody influential in our life doesn't. So if we don't get the information growing up, we will probably get it as we get older. So attitude is very important. And if you're going to build wealth or if you're going to set goals, accomplish those goals, having a good attitude is paramount. It will actually help you immensely because nobody wants to work with somebody with a bad attitude. Now, I heard this one time that really having a bad attitude or an arrogant attitude is an odd disease because it affects everybody except the person who has it. Now, that's really funny, and that's really odd that a bad attitude affects everyone around you except the person who has the bad attitude. And it's very true. So we want to talk about that. Before we get into that, appreciate you joining us today. Appreciate if you could like the channel, if you could subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and tell others, share us on Facebook, whatever. Help us to help others to be able to enrich their life and to be able to help them set goals, to be able to help them to build wealth. Thank you. Now, again, as we talk about attitude, that's a tough subject. That's tough. We all at times have a bad attitude. Maybe things aren't going right, or at least not the way we think, because a lot of times in life, it's those times that's tough, and we come through them. When we get through them, we realize, wow, that was really good. I needed that. And we realize it's those tough times that builds our good character. Okay, so a lot of times things happen, and if we have a bad attitude, we don't see the value in tough times. And we really should see the value in tough times. But I want to go over a few examples of things that I have heard as I'm talking to people. They give me excuses as to why they can't build wealth or why they can't set goals and accomplish those goals. A lot of ideas out there, a lot of excuses out there. Now, one good one is everything is against me. Now, let's look at that word first of all. Everything. Everything is against you. Your parents are against you, your siblings, society, your job. Everything is against you. We kind of use those words, those encompassing words in so much of life. You know, oh, I went to the store the other day and man, I got everything. Or man, I'd just love to have everything. That's a lot of stuff. Where are you going to put it? So it's interesting that a lot of times we just use generalities as excuses. Everything is against me. Well, what's against you? And here's what's interesting. If you will sit down with a piece of paper and write those things out on a piece of paper that's against you, then I want you to do this. On a separate sheet of paper or on the other side of that sheet of paper, when you write those, do this. Were those same things against Jeff Bezos? Were those same things against maybe Morgan Freeman? Or were those same things against an NBA player or an NFL player or someone who set a goal to write a book? Were those same things that you wrote down, were they against someone else? Yes, probably most or all of them were against someone else, but they overcame them. You can too. It's very possible. It's possible. So don't cop out and say, well, everything's against me. No more is against you than is against anyone else. Now, sometimes there's different things, but can you imagine trying to be Michael Jordan and be the greatest player, possibly, depending on who you talk to, that has ever played basketball? Now let's just go for a minute and allow me some liberty here, and let's just say Michael Jordan was the greatest ball player of all time. Who was he playing against? He wasn't playing against second-rate guys who didn't even make it in grade school basketball, or he wasn't playing against guys that did okay in high school. He wasn't playing against guys who did pretty good in college. He was playing against the best of the best of the best, and he bested them. You see what I'm saying? But he had no more obstacles than you or me. Now, am I saying that everybody could be as good a basketball player as Michael Jordan? No. No, not by any means. But I'm saying you could do something. You set some goals and you accomplish those goals. But just like Michael Jordan, don't let anything stand in your way to becoming as good as you can be. See, Michael Jordan, I saw an interview one time with him, and he said this. He said, I just felt like I could be better. Well, if you feel like you could be better and that's your goal, well, then that goal kind of becomes attainable, doesn't it? But if you say, you know what, everything is against me. I can't do it. Everything's against me. Well, now, what are you going to do now? I want to give you just a little illustration here. What's the difference in these two mindsets? What happens in your mind when you say this? If you say this, I can't do something, what does your mind do? It shuts down. Because if I can't do something, why would my mind try to figure out ways to do it if I can't do something? But if I say this, how could I do that? Now what does my mind do? My mind now says, oh, let's see, I could do this over here. I could try this over here. Now I could put this over here with this. And now your mind just starts going crazy with different ideas. And now you'll try one that may not work. You'll try another that partially works. You tweak it a little bit. Now it works. So you have to condition your mind to figure out how to accomplish building wealth or setting goals and accomplishing those goals. But that's your job. That's what you have to do. Everything against you? Not very likely. Some things against you? Yeah, more than likely. But you can accomplish the goals. You've got to overcome the things that are against you. Now, I love this one when people say, oh, you know what? They won't let you get ahead. Who are they? That's kind of an ambiguous term, kind of like everything, isn't it? Who are they? You know, do they have an office in Washington, D.C., and out on the front door, you know, when you get ready to go in their office, it says, they? Who are they? It's interesting. We want to blame it on somebody else. They won't let me get ahead. Now, are there some countries you probably can't get ahead in? Yes, I've been to some countries. Some third world countries where if they try to get ahead, their government takes it. You can't get ahead in that setting unless you really work with the government. Kind of like Russia, you work with the government, what they call oligarchs. The oligarchs worked with Putin. They were all former generally KGB, now they're called FSB, but they were all generally former KGB men in the Secret Service in Russia. And now they all kind of work together. If you're that guy in Russia, you can get ahead. Just the average guy, not very likely, because they're probably going to take it. Some of these other third world countries, they take it. If you get ahead, they take it. That doesn't inspire you or encourage you to build wealth or to set goals and accomplish those goals if somebody else is just going to take everything. But in America, the government wants you to get ahead. The government encourages you to get ahead. How do I know that? Because they give you tax breaks and incentives to get ahead. They want you to get ahead because you're going to pay them more in taxes. Now, I pay a lot in taxes, but I also get a lot of personal tax breaks. The business pays a lot of taxes, but personally, I get a lot of tax breaks. And the government says the more you get, can you imagine the tax breaks that Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett. Can you imagine the tax breaks they get? And they should get those. Now, I know a lot of people may send hate mail or just, badmouth me for saying they should get those tax breaks. You look at the tax dollar these guys generate. All the employees they have that they're paying, all those employees buy gas. Gas is taxed at about 40% unless you're in California and it's more. Most things you buy is taxed at 6%. Before you ever get your paycheck, it's taxed at 25 to 30%. Unless you're in a higher tax bracket, then it's taxed more. Then you go out and buy something, it's taxed. Then you go out and buy gas, it's taxed. You go out and buy clothes, it's taxed. You go out and buy a car, it's taxed. Everything you buy is taxed. And then at the end of the year, you know what happens when you go file your tax in April? You owe taxes. That's crazy, isn't it? That's because the average person has no tax structure. The more wealth you build, the more tax structure you will have, and the more you will recoup. And it may be, if you become an investor, you literally can buy stuff all year long and buy more and more property and pay zero taxes, and in April, get money back. It's just the difference in tax structure. But the more property you have, the more property tax you're going to pay. The more product you have, the more money you have, you will pay taxes, but you will get tax breaks. The reason Elon Musk and these guys get so many tax breaks, look how many lives and how many families they're paying. All the people that are on their payroll, those people are getting paid. Those people are buying all this stuff, the gas, the clothes, they're paying school tax, they're buying cars, paying taxes on that. Everything they do is taxed. And so what the government says is, because you're generating so much tax, and you're generating actually 3 taxes. 1, employee tax. 2, a product. The product is getting taxed and their company is getting taxed, but personally they get tax breaks. But the government is getting 3 out of 4 taxes on them. Employee tax, product tax, and company tax. So it's fair that they get personal write-offs because they're generating so much. Can you imagine how many billions of dollars these guys pay a year in taxes? It'd be amazing to know. So anybody that says, oh, they won't let me get ahead, that's just a cop-out. You've got to realize, in America, they want you to get ahead. Now, I grew up in a middle-class home. Most people in a middle-class home, oh, they're against me, they're against me. They are not against you, not in America. In America, if you try, you set your goals, you can accomplish those goals, and they want you to get ahead. The more you get ahead, the more you're going to pay in taxes, but you will get tax breaks. So just remember that. They, in America, want you to get ahead. The economy is down, and the economy's doing poorly. The economy's bad right now. The economy in America has never been bad. The economy in America has never been good. The economy is just the economy. If interest rates are high, prices on homes and businesses come down. If the interest rate comes down, the price on homes and apartments and businesses go up. So as one goes up, the other one comes down. As this one goes up, this one comes down. So there's always an offset. In America, you can build wealth buying real estate of various types. There is a lot of things in America you can build wealth on. So the economy is neither good nor bad. The economy is just the economy. There have been millionaires made. Do you realize there's about 1,700 millionaires made every day in America? 1,700 millionaires every day made in America. That means good economy, millionaires are made. Bad economy, millionaires are made. It doesn't matter what the economy is doing. The economy is just the economy. It's not good or bad. It's just what it is. It's the economy. You can become wealthy. You can set goals and accomplish those goals no matter what the economy is. Don't cop out on the economy. You can do this. Don't let the economy keep you down. Oh, I don't have any money. You know what? I look at my pockets. I just don't have any money. I'm broke. I can't do it. And you know what? They want to take all your money anyway, so if I make any money, they're just going to take it. That's not right. That's not right. They want you to get ahead. You will pay taxes. So here's the deal. You don't need money to build wealth. You don't need money to set goals and accomplish those goals. Now, you may need some money, but could you possibly get that money from a relative or from somebody else? Yes, very possible. Now, in America, I want to go through these pretty fast. In America, everything is for you. See, remember what some people say, everything is against me. In America, everything is for you. There is so many. You go to some of these third world countries, it'd be nigh impossible to get ahead. In America, everything is for you. You can borrow money. If you're a citizen in America, you can borrow money. Actually, it's your constitutional right to be able to own property. It's a constitutional right. So that is for you. So everything in America is for you. Banks are willing to loan you money. People want you to get ahead. The government wants you to get ahead. They can't, this is a very important point, they can't and won't stop you from getting ahead. They don't want to stop you. If they stop you from getting ahead, they're going to stop tax dollars from coming in. What's the thing that Washington and every single politician wants? Tax dollars. They don't want to stop you from getting ahead. They're going to stop tax dollars from flowing in. They want you to get ahead. The economy, it's neither good nor bad. It is just the economy. It is what it is. People can get wealthy in any economy in America, especially now. They're printing money like a drunken sailor. And I love what they asked Ronald Reagan one time. They said, "Hey, Ronald," they said, or Mr. President, they said, "the American government is spending money like a drunken sailor." And Ronald Reagan said, "Now hold it right there." He said, "I find that very offensive to a drunken sailor." And that's true. America does spend money like a drunken sailor, but America kindly has to. And we don't have time here to get into all the macroeconomics, but America has to be a net exporter and a net importer. We have to export products and we have to import products. But here's the interesting thing in America. We have to import more than we export so that American dollars can get out into the world. The dollars, when they leave the American shores, are called euro dollars. And we have to get them worldwide. One of the ways we can do that is by buying more product from other countries than they buy from us. But that keeps the American dollar very strong. And you want a strong American dollar. So the economy is just the economy. Now, you do not need money to build wealth or to set goals and accomplish those goals. What you need is knowledge. There have been people that have become extremely successful in life and had very little or no money. There have been people became very wealthy that had very little or no money. You can do this. Don't let bad ideas keep you behind and keep you down. Replace them with good thinking. Love what Zig Ziglar said. He said, this kind over here, he called this stinking thinking. And he was right. This is right. Always realize you can do this. You can become redneck rich. See you on the next video.